Haven't you ever wondered? Haven't you ever wondered? What I'm about to say, I've said it before. Other people are saying it. It's starting to become something a lot of people are starting to talk about. I have to add disclaimer that, once again, this is not the battle of beliefs. But just haven't you ever wondered why we would hear so loosely in culture people say things like they're afraid of hell, they're trying to please God. That's another common phrase. They got to obey God. They're trying to please God. They're afraid of hell. And this is something most of us have become very, very used to hearing as the standard lingo for individuals holding a certain belief. I gotta please God. I gotta obey God. I fear God. I'm afraid of hell. Or I don't want to go to hell. I gotta please God. But haven't you ever wondered why you see in some of these very dynamics and with these very same people, not every last one of them, but certainly in bulk, these very people aren't afraid. It's almost baffling. They're afraid of hell. They got to please God and got to obey God, but they're not afraid of that same God that they talk about holding them accountable for their behavior to harm other people. That's the part that actually has my mind baffled. Like, oh shit. Like all of that, but no, it ain't afraid to be toxic. It's not afraid to be a killer. It's not afraid to be a thief. It's not afraid to take advantage of others, but we gotta obey God. We gotta please God. We're afraid of hell. But you'll see some of these same people, again, if walls can talk, all of their dirty secrets, their secret lives, their moonlighting lifestyles. You hear these same people talking about God said and the Lord told them. But these are the same people that don't blink one time, doing insidious, hideous things to innocent lives. That's baffling. When people come out of the hype and hoopla of what we're saying or what they're saying and sit down and actually think about that. Often these are the same people who collab with other people to do physical harm to others, but these are the same people who say things like, I'm afraid of hell, but they're not afraid of that behavior. See, the problem is they think that if at the last moment, that's going to get them a get out of hell free card based on their belief. But look at the destruction. Look at the lack of moral. It is mind-boggling. But nobody really thinks about it. It's too challenging. Everybody's scared or, y'all know how this shit go. Because just play with it. Like when you're quiet and just think about it. Think about the people you have heard barking at. Think about what you know about them. Are they not afraid? It's weird to me. It's like, okay, they believe God and all this, and they gotta obey God, and okay, please God, the Lord said, what did the Lord? See, I get sarcastic, it bothers people, but see, it's bringing it home. What is it not, you're not scared of being a bully? And how this is gonna go over with the Lord? Shit. I'm sorry. I'm just saying. You're not afraid of, the stuff that, you've been really good at keeping hidden from certain folks. But, since you say you believe in God, and since you say this, then that must mean you believe that he sees what you're doing. See, it's a bust. It's actual reveal. Because if they believed, as they say, then they believe that, all the stuff they perpetuate, right? If, just going along with what they say and what they talk. Then they believe God is seeing them when they're plotting against someone else. What was he asleep this day, or was it on pause? Somebody says liars and fakes. Well, yeah, but Avi, but it's still it's mind-boggling. Like somebody said, it's fascinating because you'll hear people say, like, I believe God and I believe, know what I'm saying? In one breath, I believe the Lord. The Lord said, what I'm saying, But they're not tying that into who they are or their lives as a whole. Because the same God, and I'm just going by them, okay? I'm using their lingo. The same God that they talk about, that they say those cool sayings, is the same one watching them do some fucked up shit. It's a reveal. Because as I've said, and many others are saying, they don't really believe. Because if they did, would they indeed conduct in that way? Haven't you ever wondered? See, a lot of us have seen this stuff play out, and you're the ones, or we're the ones that get targeted in bulk by these particular perspective folks, organizations, and groups because they know that we have seen up close and personal. So now they're going to have to perpetuate an image about you so that people can look at you like you're some kind of kook, right? But if anybody starts tapping into their own mind and intelligence, they'll sit down and think about that. That's not that same God govern you when you're living your day-to-day life? No. When there are decisions to be made that you can either do this in the light way or you can go in the other way. I keep saying he on pause because I find it's fascinating. I wonder what they think. Like, was he on pause that week? Or for you, like, when you stalking people, what does the Lord have to say about that? People that are criminals professionally, and don't get me wrong, everybody's got a badge, yo. But see, we're not talking about a person or a people in their past. We're talking about a person and a people in their now. Their now. Their way of life. Their consistent way of life. These are the people that will say, I believe God and I believe Jesus, and they be having crosses and saying, won't look up at the sky, kiss the fingers, bitch, whoop. I don't want to go to hell, but okay, all right. Based on their own belief, they gonna be in hell. You see where I'm going? Based on their own belief, they're gonna be in hell. Because some of these people do, like I said, some hideous shit that would make good, clean, nice, little, wholesome, innocent church folks puke. So they already fucked. But see, it's proving my point. They don't believe, do they? Because if they did, I think it'll be really hard for them to call 1-800, do a death spell on anybody for any reason, under any circumstance or any season. Because they, just based on their beliefs. I'm kind of sure that'll be a problem. But see, here's the real problem. See, this is where religion is fucked. Because it doesn't hold people accountable. You can do anything hideous you wish as long as you say sorry afterward. You can do anything hideous you wish as many as times as you wish. As long as you go up to the altar, cry, and fall out. As long as you sit somewhere in the corner and be like, and then do the same thing 5 minutes later, intentionally, to some innocent life somewhere. Haven't you ever wondered? Haven't you guys equally wondered, how, y'all know how people play concerned? That's my favorite. They're concerned. They're so concerned. And some of you could attest to this in your own life, where people, they talk that jazz. They say these things to get an audience with you or to look a certain way around a certain group of people. But where is their presence in terms of, okay, they're so concerned. What are they concerned about? Where is their actual, tangible, true, sincere support? It ain't there. It never has been. There are certain people that we can actually look at that and it's like, it's nothing but a bunch of talk. I'm so concerned. I hope they're okay. I'm so concerned. Yeah, sure. It's fluff. Because, see, when hearts are pure and sincere, they don't need to have an audience with you. They don't need to have, you know, rights to you or anything like that. When it's coming from pure love, light, sincerity, just good hearted intentions, they don't need you to sign over yourself. When it's unattached and they're so fucking concerned. They will be doing something about that, especially when it comes to financial shit. People that claim to be worried about if you are all right or if your kids is all right. And if they don't care because they know how to deposit shit, bitch, and PayPal, bitch. See, I call motherfuckers to the carpet. Sometimes people be trying to buy into having some kind of audience with you, and there's that attachment, isn't it? If they are so concerned. See, we're talking about the things people say, and it's just like we need to start sitting down, like really evaluating shit. If motherfuckers are concerned about you, collective, you know what I'm saying, they going around the Americas telling people they're concerned, then your PayPal account, bitch. Well, you know. Okay. Why am I saying that, collective? Because oftentimes that's what some people do. They go around talking like that because that sounds spiritual. It sounds loving. It sounds like a loving, concerned person. But action speaks louder, doesn't it? And the collective, you guys have gotten privy to the same things I have. We'd rather not. See, that's a part of the whole problem with this whole communal narcissism. Because we're not going to be bought. We're not going to be bought. All five. We're not going to be bought. Who in here? Identify them. Put them on my list. Each motherfucker coming in here sending energy to me and my son. Giving them something special when I get off this live. These sickos. But these are the people who go around talking about they're so concerned. Yeah, they're doing shit to you and your children. We're not going to be bought. We're not going to be bought. Because see, often that's supposed to be hush money. So you can turn a blind eye to their fuckery. And this is why the collective rather not. Because, yeah, you can help, but if you're still abusive, I'm going to still check you. The cash ain't going to get you off of that. So concerned. Yeah, so why are they doing dark magic? Why are they in their low lives, they crew, doing dark magic? Why are they here? And these are the same people who talk, they're God-fearing, they got to obey God, and the Lord said, and they're afraid of hell. They're not afraid of hell. Hell is on earth. They're obviously not afraid. They believe they can live a life free of consequence. It's baffling, and it's what's to me what's even more baffling is how much motherfuckers was even more baffling than that is how motherfuckers be going along with this shit. It's like, gosh, they just is, man, just as dizzy. Because see, it ain't just about belief. Is something that you apply, you live, you in action in some kind of way as a life. It's a life, it's a heart, it's a whole, it's not selective. Pause and unpause. Pause, unpause. Pause, unpause. I'm having a bad day so I can kill 4 people. The unpause. Now I'm saved again, bitch. Pause. No. With no consequences, the lives that are affected by the insidious things that we do or they do. See, people like that, they think they're exempt. They think that that's not being counted. They say they're afraid of hell, but apparently not. Apparently not. I wonder what the Lord is saying to these same people when they're doing their fuckery. I wonder, are they hearing him then, since they say they're hearing God? Did God say lie about this law you broke at the expense of somebody else? Is that what the Lord has said? Did he say scapegoat someone else? That was an easy target because you don't have no balls? Did he say turn a blind eye to injustice? Did he say sacrifice your own? See, until people start asking these questions and stop closing their eyes to stuff that they don't want to have to look at and see. Did he say rob this person? Oh, I guess that's what the Lord had told you to do that day. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, and you got to obey God. You afraid of hell. Okay. Were you that day? When y'all's collaborating, was the Lord present? Yeah. Ah. I find this fascinating. Why am I sharing this? Well, someday it's going to be on my YouTube, chances are. To get people to start thinking and stop being so easily impressed with language and lingo. and sayings. And instead watching how people live. And when I say watching how people live, I'm not talking about some pretentious, pompous, sanctimonious, you know what I'm saying, list of rules and regs. When I say how people live, I mean the type of heart and person people really are, how they treat folk. Not whether or not they're having sex or not. I know plenty of people who know how to be abstinent and they're still fucked up. I know plenty of clean and sober people and they're still fucked up. So it ain't about a list of rules and regs. It's about, are they a decent motherfucker? How they treat folk. When nobody's looking, when nobody's watching, when they think no one will ever know. When it ain't their group or their posse and compadres. Start paying attention to that. Not whether or not somebody go to church on Sunday and Wednesday and prayer meeting on Tuesday and the conference in a week, in a month, the sage bundle, circles, Reiki circle. Nah, not whether, nah. Subtle energy, watching people, feeling. Less concerned about these external appearances and performance circus show that anybody can do. How many of us have heard people talk this way? Talk about all like, you know, getting high off each other. Talking about the Lord and the Bible and all that. And then we see these people be fucked up an hour later. And on and on and on and on. And then we see these people cover shit up for themselves, but then seek to use other people as an example. Yeah. Somebody out there knowing exactly what I'm talking about. That's bullshit. And that's the stuff it's time for humans to look at. Haven't you ever wondered, like, so why should you be special? Cause what? So, but aren't you using this other person to make an example out of? But something's wrong with that. It's time for humans to wake up and get a clue. Stop being so easily impressed because people can perform.